Go ahead, say your guys' names from left to right.
My name is Max Dinnenberg.
My name is Wyatt Effner.
I'm Ari Friedman.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Sportsnet LA. I'm joined by Ari and Max. My name is Wyatt, and tonight we're going to be talking about the Dodgers versus the A's. So, Ari, what do you think the Dodgers' strategy is coming into this game?
Well, they got to hit Manaea early. When the Dodgers score early, they win. They have a really great record when they score first. The A's do too. So Hill's got to make sure to really shut the A's down today. If Grandal's been hot lately, if Bellinger, Muncy, if they can get on, they can steal some bags. Same with Taylor. If the Dodgers they got to score early and get it to the bullpen, they got to shut it down.
Thank you, Ari. Now we go to Max. What do you think the athletic strategy is for this game?
This whole game is going to be down to execution. I think if Chris Davis hits a home run tonight, Manaea can go 6-7 innings tonight, and Blake Trinan gets a chance to close it out tonight, I think Oakland's got a really good chance. But they're a great overall team. The Dodgers have a lot of good individual players, but I think Oakland has a lot of, not stars, but complementary players I think are going to help them tonight.
All right, and what are your guys' predictions for this game?
Well, I think if Hill can go 6-7 shutout, one inning game, he can really shut it down. Dodgers can get 2-3 runs. So I think the Dodgers are going to win tonight 3-1.
And I think on the other hand, Oakland's going to win 2-1 tonight because I think Sean Manaea is better than Rich Hill, and I think Chris Davis is going to do something tonight.
All right, I've been joined by Max and Ari. Don't forget to see the Dodgers at the Athletics tonight. We'll see you next time on Sportsnet LA.
Anthony Remedios.
Nick Zoll.
Garrett Sunderland.
In 3, 2, 1.
With Fox Sports, we are live in Washington, D.C. for the 2018 MLB All-Star Game. I'm Nick, joined by Garrett and Anthony. We're going to preview tonight's All-Star Game, which is being held in Washington, obviously. But first of all, who do you think is your pick to win the All-Star Game MVP?
I'm going to say Mike Trout. And he's been hitting home runs a lot this year, playing really well, hitting, and I think he has a good shot to win.
And Garrett, how about you?
I agree with Anthony. I think it'll be Mike Trout because he hits for power. He's the best player in baseball. He has like a 450 on base percentage, and I think he'll just get it done. And I think the American League will end up getting on top.
In this All-Star Game, it's not necessarily about this. It's not about the game. There are many storylines outside of just on the field. You have Manny Machado, who is reportedly very, very close to being traded to the Dodgers, and you have Bryce Harper, who is reportedly being set to leave Washington after this season. And I got to ask you guys, do you think this will be Bryce Harper's last All-Star Game in a Nationals uniform?
Maybe. It depends on how the Nationals do and what they choose to pursue in the offseason, and whether or not they want to sort of lose one of their best guys hitting-wise.
Garrett, do you think the Nationals are going to be willing to give up that kind of money for Bryce Harper?
I think it depends. If they really think that they can make a playoff push towards the end of the season and be able to make the playoffs, then I think they might keep Bryce Harper. But if they think that they don't have a chance and they just want to rebuild, I think trading Bryce Harper is their best option.
Okay, one last question for you guys. We've got the starting pitch matchup tonight. We have Max Scherzer for the NL and Chris Sale for the AL. Which do you think will have a greater impact on the game?
I think Max Scherzer is going to go longer, and he'll be the dominant pitcher, but both are great. Scherzer's just been strong all year and arguably one of the best pitchers in the game right now.
I agree with Anthony. I think that Max Scherzer will end up being on top, but I think they're both great pitchers, and I think they both will probably go about 2 innings because that's the norm for starting pitchers in the All-Star Game, but they're both great strikeout pitchers. They both might win the Cy Young for the different leagues, American League and National League, but I think Max Scherzer just a little bit more poised, and he might be a little bit better pitcher.
All right, guys, you heard it here from Fox Sports. It is Nick Zoll. We are an hour away from first pitch. See you later.
Ryan Struxma.
Dylan Dayton.
Nicholas Bear.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, guys. We're here at the pregame show for the Angels versus the Detroit Lions in this playoff series. I'm here with Ryan and Nick. I have a few questions for you guys, starting off with Mike Trout. He's not in the game currently right now with a hand injury. It's his birthday today. He's turning 27. How are you guys feeling about Cole Calhoun and Heaney tonight as they really have to step up to take this playoff win?
Well, I think without Mike Trout, the Angels are definitely a different team. But I think the big player that the Angels have to rely on is actually Justin Upton playing left field for the Angels. And I think if he can get going and if he can take the place of Mike Trout, then the Angels will be just fine. They'll end up winning tonight.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, I believe the Angels are a different team without Mike Trout, but they are playing against Turner, a pitcher for the Tigers making his first start of the season with a 15.88 ERA. That is not looking good for him, and Andrew Heaney is on the mound for the Angels with a 3.86 ERA, and he's been pitching very tough lately, so I have confidence in the Angels tonight winning on the pitching side of a low-scoring game.
Well, I mean, recently the Angels have been struggling a little bit on the offensive side, but I feel like tonight, also both of your opinions were great, by the way, I forgot to mention, but I just wanted to say that the Angels tonight, I feel like, are really going to have a chance against these Detroit Lions. I mean, they've both been struggling offensively and defensively a little bit, but I feel like this is going to be a great matchup. Now, I wanted, before we were going to leave, I wanted your predictions about the game, just because it is going to start in an hour, and I want to make sure the people, the audience, knows what you guys have to say about this.
Well, I think the Angels at the end of the day are going to end up winning the game tonight. I mean, the Tigers have a rookie starter tonight, so he's going to be a little amped up for tonight's game, and I don't think he's going to do that well. So I got the Angels winning tonight.
I got the Angels winning by a final score of 3-2. That Tigers pitcher making his first start of the season, he's going to be very amped up. He will give up 2 runs in the first inning, so the Angels do well when they score first. And the Angels bullpen really needs to step up. So if Heaney can make it through 7 one-hit or one-run innings, the Angels can pull this off. 3-2.
3-2? Thank you so much, guys. This is Ryan, and this is Nick, and I'm Dylan Dayton here hosting the pregame show for the Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Angels. We're here at Los Angeles Angels Stadium. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the game tonight.
Joey Elbaum.
Jake Circus.
Van Noland. Owen Noland.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland, Ohio. We are here at Game 4 of the 2018 NBA Finals. The Golden State Warriors have jumped out to a 3-0 lead on these Cavs. I'm here with Van Noland, Owen Noland, and Joey Elbaum. We're going to start with you, Van. What do the Cavs need to do to win, to force the series back to Golden State?
I think LeBron is going to need to play really well. I think he's going to have another 50-point performance if he wants to defeat the Warriors. Obviously, the Warriors have played well all series, and I think the Cavs have to lean on their star now more than ever. I agree with that. I think LeBron is going to have another great performance, and he's going to need some players to step up. Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, a lot of other role players that he's going to need to score points and get some good stops on defense if they're going to want to beat the Warriors and force a Game 5.
So guys, let's talk about J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith had that Game 1 blunder that easily would have put the Cavs in victory and off to a quick 1-0 series lead. They would have stolen home court advantage back from Golden State. Joey, how does J.R. Smith bounce back, or can he?
He's such an unpredictable player. You never know what to expect from him. So I really don't know if it's about him bouncing back, but more as can he figure himself out and get his composure for this game. He's such a veteran and he's been around for so long that I think he does have what it takes to bounce back and have a good performance, because you see him have a 15-point game, a 20-point game, and then make errors like he did in Game 1 to cost a huge game. So it's really unpredictable, and depending on what he eats for dinner before the game may reflect his performance.
Guys, we'll see how all this plays out tonight for Game 4 of the 2018 NBA Finals. For Van Noland, Owen Noland, and Joey Elbaum, I'm Jake Circus. Good night.
Andrew Diaz.
Noah Wheeler.
Chris Jose Nixon.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the NBA Finals pregame show. To my left, Chris Jose Nixon. To my right, Andrew Diaz. Here we are, gentlemen, kicking off the NBA Finals Game 1. What do you guys think? What are you guys looking at right now?
So, as we know, we've got the rematch. We've got Warriors and we've got Cavaliers. Each team right now coming off of a Game 7 victory in the conference finals. And last year we saw a 5-game series between these two teams. But as we know, the rosters have changed. The Cavs, especially, they completely overhauled their roster. So I think that the Cavs, with losing Kyrie Irving, I don't know if they're really going to be able to put up much of a fight. I see the series going in about 5 games.
Good call, Chris. What about you, Andrew? What's looking?
I see similar to that, but the only way I see like a very competitive series is the role players have to show up for Cleveland. It can't just be LeBron. It has to be everybody. Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, George Hill, et cetera, in the bench. They have to show up. It just can't not be LeBron James scoring a 40, and everybody else is just dropping less than 10 points every game.
And as you know, gentlemen, LeBron James coming off an incredible game in Boston, 46, 10, and 9, just almost triple-double numbers. And obviously, we saw J.R. Smith, we saw Jeff Green put up 17 in that game. Huge part of that victory. But right now, we don't know what could happen. J.R. Smith needs to show up. Jeff Green needs to show up. So, for the NBA Finals, let's get you started. For now, this is Chris O.J. Nixon. To my right, Andrew Diaz. I'm Noah Wheeler. Good night.
Jackson Wadine.
Chris Linney.
Chandra Gunasekara.
In 3, 2, 1.
Now we are going to be talking about the San Francisco Giants matchup today against the Houston Astros. Last night, the Giants lost a very heartbreaking 3-1 loss because of Will Smith giving up a home run to Marwin Gonzalez in the 9th inning. And the Giants are trying to come back with a vengeance today with Mad Bum on the mound against the Astros. And the Astros, they have some talent. They got some really good hitters. Like, they got Alex Bregman, like I just mentioned, Marwin Gonzalez, and they got a lot of talent on that team. A lot of young players, and the Giants are really just trying to get into that playoff picture, just trying to squeak past the Diamondbacks or the Dodgers. They're 5 games back in the division, and they are looking forward to kind of getting back into the swing of things with a win here today. So, yep, that has been the pregame show, and thanks for watching. Oh, what? Oh, them? Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Chris Linney with Play-by-Play Sports Broadcasting Camps, ready to give you guys a game preview between the San Francisco Giants and the Houston Astros. So, Chandra, what do you think about the Giants this year?
They're really good this year. They got some struggles in their bullpen, but I think they got to really pick it up if they want to get to the playoffs this year.
That is completely true. They really need to step up their game. They have not been playing well recently. Well, this week. So, Jackson, even though you don't really know very much about baseball, what do you think about the Houston Astros in general?
Well, given off last season's success, I know they'd love to build off and really launch themselves into a position where they could become a franchise. So I think they will use their usefulness and their versatility to come in and get the win here.
All right, that looks like some pretty good stats from both of these guys, and I am Chris Linney with Sports Broadcasting Camps, signing off.
I'm Lucas Dodson.
I'm Eli Lesser.
I'm Ben Goldberg.
In 3, 2, 1.
I'm Eli Lesser, and I'm alongside Lucas Dodson and Ben Goldberg, 2 big ballers, as they just played a 2v2 game with Courtney Lee and Chandler Parsons. Lucas, you were with Chandler Parsons. You guys lost 21-18.
We did.
What do you have to say about that?
You know, it was a tough game. We were up 15-7 at one point. It was looking like a promising game. I was hitting my shots. Chandler admittingly was doing most of the work out there. But eventually, Courtney Lee, he heated up, to say the least. You know, I thought he was a 3-and-D player my whole life with the Knicks, with the Grizzlies. I've been watching him closely because I've been intrigued at his shooting. I love shooters. But he can create a shot, to say the least. He can create a shot for himself. So I was fairly impressed.
So, Ben, you did play with Courtney Lee, and he had a great game. Do you think he'll be able to translate this play to the NBA level next season?
Well, you know, me and Lucas are on that big bowler level already. So, I mean, playing with us is like playing with the pros. You play with us, I mean, me and Courtney, we took the dub, obviously. You know, I feel if he plays against Lucas Dotson, a.k.a. LeBron James, I mean, he'll just destroy the NBA when he comes back. Lights up the threes. Is he still in the Knicks?
He's still on the Knicks.
He's still on the Knicks? All right. Him, Kristaps, it's game over.
Well, anyways, so we have two big ballers here against two NBA players. Now, let's do a what if real quick. What if you, Lucas, and you, Ben, were together against Courtney Lee and Chandler Parsons? Would it be an easy dub for you guys? That's what I'm thinking.
You know, I'd hate to stir up some controversy because we are on camera, we are on the air, but I would say yes. I would believe that we would win this game. I mean, we were on opposite teams for good reason, you know, to balance the competitive field, but I believe it would be an easy 21-13 victory.
Okay, Ben, any last thoughts?
See, I feel as if we split the teams up, as if me and Lucas needed to be splitted up, other than Courtney Lee and Chandler Parsons. See, us together is just like Harden and Westbrook, Durant, just like
even better. It's
Jordan Pippen.
It's Leandro and LaMelo when they were in Lithuania. It's even that. It's the big
Okay, so we're just going to have to wait and see for Game 2. Lucas Dotson and Ben Goldberg versus Chandler Parsons and Courtney Lee. I'm Eli Lesser for National Sports.
Harrison Rosenthal.
David Galis.
Wilson Kahn. In 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, my name is David Galis and I'm here with Harrison Rosenthal and Wilson Kahn, and we are here at the pregame show before the opening game for the Premier League, which is Leicester City versus Manchester United. It's a very exciting time, it's opening weekend, and soccer is finally back in England. So Wilson, who do you think will come out on top in this game?
In this game, it's at Old Trafford in Manchester. I have to take the safe pick here with Man United. Probably going to be a close game. Leicester has a lot of attacking threat. Vardy, Henicho, Okazaki, those kind of guys. We'll see who gets playing time at forward, but they've got a lot of potency in the attack. As for Man United, interesting to see how Pogba plays. He's been linked with a lot of different teams this summer transfer window. Whether or not he's motivated, there's a lot of questions about his relationship with Mourinho. So we'll see how that goes for Man United. Martial also rumored to want out. A lot of problems in Manchester right now at Old Trafford for Man United fans, but I have to take the safe pick here and go with them in this game.
Okay, and Harrison, what do you have against, or anything against Wilson?
No, I actually have to kind of agree with Wilson. As a Manchester United fan myself, it's tough to beat against them on their own turf at Old Trafford, but if all these problems that Wilson talked about that's been going on with the summer, lots of transfer stuff, nothing really big happening besides the Fred signing, I mean, it could come back to bite them if they're still on their own heads and Leicester could come out on top. It's Man U's game to lose.
Now, one of the big stories that's been happening recently is Manchester United has been linked with Harry Maguire, one of the best defenders on Leicester's team right now, where they have been rumored to offer a £100 million transfer. Now, do you guys have anything to say about this rumor?
Well, I don't think that Man United should buy Maguire. One, I don't think Leicester will sell unless it's an audaciously high price. And two, they've already been linked with Colombian center back Yerry Mina, who's a very good option. Apparently, he's at Barcelona right now, but it's in between them and Man United, or in between Man United and Everton to see who gets Mina. And I think the asking price was about 30 million euros. You're getting similar quality out of that center back, and I think it's kind of worthless to chase after Maguire at this point.
Yeah, and also that there was a rumor that Barcelona offered Yerry Mina, Andre Gomez, and 30 million for Pogba and more money to Man United. To Barcelona, yeah. And Harrison, do you have anything also with these current rumors?
I mean, it was just also reported earlier today that Man U offered offer approximating $29 million for Jerome Boateng from Bayern, and that's a much cheaper transfer, and so they can still get a high-quality defender at a much lower price.
Of course. Well, that will be our pregame show. We'll be going live to the game soon. Thank you for watching.
Shane Gravelin.
James Adams.
Jared Alley.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Fox Sports. I am your host, James Adams. So this is the first game of the year. The Minnesota Timberwolves play the San Antonio Spurs following a major trade that involved Jimmy Butler and Justin Patton for Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine. And yeah, that was a trade. And Chris Dunn. And the Minnesota Timberwolves look to improve as they followed a 14-year playoff drought, and the San Antonio Spurs are looking to make the playoffs given a Kawhi Leonard controversy. So what do you think about the game tonight?
I think this is a very improving Timberwolves team. They're going to play a Spurs team that's been depleted. I mean, Kawhi Leonard has been injured, and they're losing. They lost Tim Duncan, obviously, to retirement. I mean, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker aren't getting any younger. And this is a very improving young squad with Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, who put Jimmy Butler in there. That's a good lineup tonight.
Okay, what do you think the expectations should be for the Minnesota Timberwolves this year? Is it playoffs or bust, or is it one more season?
For the Timberwolves, I think the key is to not rush things. They will be a playoff team within 3 years, certainly. But if they can squeak into the playoffs this year, I think that would be a great thing to prove to everybody that they are going to be a force to reckon with in the Western Conference for years to come.
Clearly, talent surrounding both teams, injured or not, both teams have a lot to prove. The San Antonio Spurs have to prove that they can win without star power, but they have one all-star in LaMarcus Aldridge who has a lot to prove because he had a struggling season last year, only averaging 17 and 7, and people are starting to view him as an average starter. So what does LaMarcus Aldridge have to prove as a perennial all-star?
Well, he's going to have to step up and lead this team because obviously they've lost a lot of players over the last few years, right? This is when he was in Portland, a very good player, all-star caliber player, but ever since he's been to San Antonio, he just hasn't been, what they expected. So he needs to have a good season.
Okay, what do you expect out of the former first-round pick DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte Murray, high risk, high reward guy, in my opinion. It should be really interesting to see what he does this year. See how many points he gets, because he could put up 30 or he could score just 2.
Okay, the game's going to start about 10 minutes. I appreciate everybody watching the pregame show, and yeah, go Wolves.
Hi, I'm Hannah. Skylar Takak.
Justin Borsis.
And Caleb Ellison.
And this.
3, 2, 1.
And this is A's Dodgers pregame. So, the series is underway, and the A's are currently a sneaky team, having been about 19 games over 500 trying to qualify for a wild card spot. The Dodgers are in the lead in the West Division. So, guys, who do you think is going to win this game, and who do you think has a better outlook in the postseason going forward?
Well, I just want to note that I think the pitching matchup is very interesting because both pitchers are extremely similar. Both lefties, Hill, a former Athletic, so very exciting to see how that goes down.
I think that this is a very crucial game for the Dodgers because the American League has more wiggle room in terms of wins and losses and standings overall. And the National League is more close. Just a winning streak could determine who has a wild card spot and who's all the way down at the bottom. So I think this is a crucial win for the Dodgers.
This is a very interesting series because we have two polar opposite kinds of teams playing. The A's, there's not really a star. You can look at their team and go, who the heck is Matt Chapman? Because most people don't know who Matt Chapman is. He's a first baseman hitting plenty of home runs. And Bob Melvin has done a pretty good job at piecing that squad together. I agree with the fact that it's more crucial for the Dodgers considering the West is a tighter division. It's also more crucial because of the expectation that they put on themselves of winning. You acquire Machado to fill Seager's hole. You still got Kershaw if he comes back healthy. They are a pennant contender, if not the favorite to win the pennant. So this is a very crucial series for both teams.
To look deeper into the pitching matchup, Rich Hill, 2 DL trips already on the season, limited innings. While we look at Sean Manaea, he's leading Oakland pitching in wins, ERA, whips, strikeouts, threw a no-hitter against Boston earlier this season. And I don't think these A's are talked about enough. Why stop at the wild card? They're only 4 games back in the AL West against the Astros. These A's are going to be a fun team to watch, and it's going to be a fun series to watch. Any predictions?
Well, I just think that the A's can catch them, but the Astros have a deeper roster, so I think they can outlast in the division. And I think that is all the time that we have for you guys today. I'm Justin Borsis.
I'm Skylar Takak. I'm Hannah Garnett.
And Caleb Ellison, signing off.
Charlie Brady.
Ethan Klein.
Sage Crawford.
Caleb Boyce.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Staples Center, everybody. We are here for Christmas Day, Lakers Warriors. I am Sage Crawford. This is Caleb Boyce. This is Ethan
Klein.
Ethan Klein. This is Charlie Brady. We are here to watch the dynamic team of LeBron James, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, and Josh Hart take on the 5 All-Star Warriors. They've got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and DeMarcus Cousins. Caleb, what are you looking for in this game?
I think they're the top 2 teams in the NBA right now. They're definitely ranked that way in the West.
definitely also have the best standings right now. I think LeBron's really put a good team on his back, with Lonzo and Kuzma really pulling, Ingram as well, really having some really strong games this year. Josh Hart surprisingly having some, or not even surprisingly, just playing really well. I think Rajon Rondo's doing a really good job of coaching all these young guys, and I think they actually have a shot in the playoffs.
What are your thoughts, Ethan?
Man, I think Lonzo is going to be he's going to make the game happen for either the Warriors or the Lakers. He last year played the best defense of any rookie in the NBA, and if he shuts down Steph Curry today, then that will be the summary of the game and the Lakers will win. But if he doesn't, then Steph Curry will go off.
What are your thoughts?
I think the Warriors will win today because they've got the league scorer Steph Curry, and Draymond Green's racking up triple-doubles and double-doubles all the time. I think the Warriors have gotten the bag.
Okay, well, there you go. Get ready for this one. It is going to be a hard game.